Now, what I wanted to start with actually was we had a session last week. Andra here, I think, is the only person who was actually present at that session. But in that session, we had a discussion. We talked about 3 questions. We talked about what are your impressions of Birmingham. Some of you might be from Birmingham. Others, I know, just looking at you, are not from Birmingham. But we had a quick discussion. We talked about what do we think about Birmingham? Do the words Birmingham and design sit together? And can we, as a university, play a greater role in driving the wealth creation and opportunities for this city in a more concerted way? It's a sort of video blog. It's some of the thoughts of the people who we met with last week, and I thought it might be useful in stimulating a little bit of thought and discussion today.
It's not so convenient for me. It's
not so convenient?
Yes. I'm less connected with society because every day I'm working on a project and keep busy, but I don't feel that actually I'm engaged into the Birmingham society.
Yeah. I think education and getting a job here is one of the most important factors for anyone to come here.
What I'm interested in now is just taking this discussion forward and finding out a little bit more about who you are and what it is what your aspirations are. Are you planning, if you're not from Birmingham, in staying here and working here? And if you hadn't been thinking of that, but it was a real option for you, what would you be thinking of doing here?
I'm Amanda.
Right.
I've just finished my 3rd year at of Fine Art at Margaret Street.
Oh yeah.
And after I finish, I'm taking a gap year to just work on my own practice, try and rent a studio space and apply for lots of open competitions and exhibitions before probably going back and doing a master's the following year.
I'm doing my dissertation project on a electronic sound exhibition, which is going to be exposed at Idea Birmingham at the NTI stand.
Oh, fantastic! That's marvellous. Great. Look forward
It's
to
a
that.
small installation with a plinth and an iPod
Brilliant.
and some headphones.
Oh, great. What's your last name, Anna?
MANEA.
I had very good experience here, like in so many of the galleries, like new galleries in Digbeth. And I used to work for some of them and involved with some of the project, which gave me like a very good experience to find like some opportunities in the States and go there for like to experience new places.
That's good, yeah.
I think it's part of like. I mean, it's part of something that Birmingham. I mean, because I come from down south, tends to be quite a neglected city. It's supposed to be the 2nd city of England, and I mean, I do feel that lots of opportunities have been lost. And as a group, we want to work with community outreach projects, with sort of Ladywood being like quite a deprived area. So I think we've lost something, but I think as a whole country, there's things that have been lost, and I think as artists, we've got a potential to sort of build things back up again.
When you're saying about the history, its heritage, it is a bit of a shame that like the industrial nature of the city isn't really there anymore, and we kind of want to put life back into these empty buildings and spaces that's kind of void of this industry, in sort of creating a new sort of.
That's fantastic.
And I'm participating in this project because it's a really good opportunity to students to meet. Introduce first their work to companies and people, so they will know what we have in here in Bayat, the students, the potentials and talent and skills as well.
So I formed this little think tank, working with businesses such as Jaguar, Arga Rangemaster, Glenn Howells, the architects, and we became very conscious that we had this sort of big brand cluster in the Midlands, but it was very largely unrecognised. London has this, big design ethos and credential, but Birmingham didn't. And I think some of you who are talking about the industrial heritage and the culture that goes with that will be very conscious of the things that are different about Birmingham, but we weren't talking about those things as a city. And so we thought, well, what could we do to both make a stronger link between the emerging talent coming out of the universities and a source of creative and often lateral thinking that could look at these products that we're making and come up with a new energy and new insight. How could we create that stronger collaboration, the thing I missed entirely when I was an MD and came round this institution? Alongside the Expo, we've been running an awards to try and recognise the best brand, the best emerging brand, best innovation from the region. and best collaborative design, because again we're trying to all the time make this link between industry and university. We need to man all of our design zones, and I'll come on to the design zones, but you all sound like you've got a pretty good idea because many of you are involved in this. But we also need to make sure we've got a lot of interest and a bit of buzz going on around these fringe events. So I thought I'd just spend a minute talking through what's actually happening at the Expo. So we sort of start next Friday. The Expo runs from 11 to 7 every day apart from Sunday when it's 11 to 4. You all know about the Entrepreneur's Store? No? Okay, well that's worth, again, getting the word out about, because in that store, I've taken on that store for 9 months thanks to the mailbox working with us. They've let us have that store, and at the moment I've got 12 young entrepreneurs in there, and they're just showcasing their products and selling them. If you could just think about what kind of questions might the public ask, and then if you don't know the answer, I thought it helped last week where we all just thought about what would be the right answer, or how might we answer. Yeah.
What are the products made out of?
Oh yes, okay.
Like the art, what materials they are.
Yeah,
things like
that's
that.
Where is the lecture area?
Where's the lecture area? Good
Yeah.
question. Okay, thanks all very much. Real pleasure to meet you all. Yeah, look forward to seeing you next week. Looking forward to seeing all your hard work. Thanks very much. Thank you.